power, but maybe the love inside of her heart is the next clue, the next place I can start. Master, master, my heart is beating faster and faster. Master, master. Now go out of this tunnel, now go out to the people. I say I've got the answer. I'm a bright morning dancer. Go into the temple inside her room. For only one thing survives beyond the battle. Only one thing separates us from the cattle. From days and nights sleeping, all of us weeping. We've got only one thing in store. We got love, we got love, we got love beyond the wall. Does anyone remember the grand finale to Scratch the Surface?
Death Vault.
Death Vault. Death Vault.
Sorry, I always have to kind of prepare myself for this one.
Okay.
All right.
In the South Bronx, in Mont Haven, there is an archive of every rare track recorded by every hip-hop artist from Mont Haven, which is pretty much all the hip-hop from the first 7 years of hip-hop history. It's all born. This archive is locked away inside a safe, inside a basement, inside a warehouse, inside a complex. It is completely locked away, impenetrable. And only 7 people even know about the fucking thing. It's guarded by gangsters. 3 blocks deep. Everyone you see on these entire 3 blocks are just guarding this one sacred archive. To retrieve it, to retrieve those classic tracks. Those sacred beats. Hidden within that safe. Hidden within that vault. Would be a suicide mission. He sizzled. He had a gleam in his eye. He had a dream he would die if he didn't make the beats. He sizzled. He had a plan, a scheme. He had a plan and a scream in his heart. He went down the street. He knew he had to get him. He knew he had to find him, play him, spin him. And it wasn't his fault. He knew he had to do it. It wasn't his fault. He knew he had to go through with it. It was the death vault. But it was only for him. You had to look for him. It was the death vault. And so we went down to the depths of Mount Haven. And so we went down to the depths of hell, not hell. We went down to the gangsters surrounded him. When they found him creeping down the street, cause he wanted to deepen in his beat. Cause he wanted to deepen in his beat. It was a death vote. To get the death vote, he had to go over hundreds and hundreds of gangsters. 3 blocks deep. They started climbing on each other's shoulders to prevent him as a barrier. There were hundreds of them. Can you picture it? Hundreds of gangsters in the South Bronx. One on another's shoulders, standing tall. And he had to get past them. He had to get over them. He had to get over this huge column of gangsters. Do you know how he did that? Do you know what he had to do? Do you know what he had to do?
What?
He had to do a death vote.
Yeah!
He had to do the death vote. He had to do a death vote. So he crouched and he waited till the perfect moment. Crouched and he waited till the time was right. Crouched and he waited and he's got his courage up. And then he did a death vote. He right into the death vote. He got the precious beats right back on the street. Didn't need to death vote back over because they had already scattered. Because they had already scattered. Because they saw his courage. And I'm sorry that it's taken so long to tell this story, but this is the perfect allegory. And I'll leave that up to you, the audience, to figure out how. He did a death vote. I say a death vote. Did you get the joke? It was like